So this just arrived in the mail yesterday night, a rainy night, and the Sega Zero Mega Drive Tower Mini Zero. So if you remember the Sega Genesis Mini, there were 4 versions of it. There was the American version, the Genesis. There was the European version, Mega Drive. There was the Japanese version, Mega Drive. And then there was an Asian version, which I don't own. But they all had slightly different libraries. I believe the Asian one had a few different games that none of the other regions had. Japan most definitely had different games. I think Europe and America might have been the same. But one cool thing that they did in Japan was they released this little style kit. So these are just cosmetic. They don't do anything except for look fun. Sega did make a lot of these that you could have collected either at trade shows or buying them online. They also had this little Sonic and Knuckles, and then the 32X, and then below it, the Sega CD. And what's really wild, and I can't do this on screen, but if you were to remove the screws on this and open it up, there is actually a cardboard circuit board within here. You can kind of peek at it through the little holes here, but it's just wild that they went to that level of quality to produce like a piece of cardboard inside plastic that most people will never see. But yeah, so they did that. They actually did produce a American version of this set. It came in a nice box, just like the Japanese one did, which also came with a poster of the schematics for these things. And what really sucks is an American one did come out, but they only gave it to, now you might say, oh, they gave it to fan sites like Sega Bits. You guys always get the good stuff. We didn't. Guess who they gave it to? They gave it to Nintendo Life. They gave it to a Nintendo fan site. They gave it to people who I have never heard of, people who have not done a thing within like the Sega community or the Genesis community. If you've ever been to Sega16.com, it is like the mecca of Sega Genesis, Sega Mega Drive fan sites in terms of just like documenting everything, reviewing, interviewing. There's books from the guy who runs the site. We love him. He's kind of like the papa to us, like we look up to him. He didn't get one. And we emailed Sega. Now I'm just ranting. But we emailed Sega and we're like, please, like, do you have any more of these? Why are you giving them to Nintendo fan sites? It makes no sense. And they're like, well, if we do have one, do you want it? We're like, no, we are humble. We want you to send whatever you have to Sega 16 first. Please. This guy, he bleeds Sega Genesis. Send it. Nothing ever happened. Such a disappointment. Thankfully, you could import this. The only difference were the stickers. But come on. Insulting. Blech. Anyway, fast forward to today. We've got this cool thing. So this is a style kit for the Sega Mega adapter. And if you've ever seen these, this is the little thing that allows your Genesis or Mega Drive to play Master System games. And, well, they weren't called Master System in Japan. They were, you can see here, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So it was Mark III games. And this does nothing to add new games. There's no, tech in here. There's no hard drives or circuit boards or anything. It's just a fun little toy to add on to your working Mega Drive. But, things open up like that. You can pop that open. There's the card slot. There's a button. It doesn't actually press. And this is just so fun. And this actually ties in with Lost Judgment, which has a playable Mark III. And a lot of these games, if not all of these games, are actually in Lost Judgment. So it was kind of fun that they did this. I'm not going to pull out every cartridge, but you can see here, they're like little representations of the gold cartridges. You can flip the top up here and then pop it in. Obviously, it's not playing anything, but it just looks cool. It also included in the standard retail kit one of these cards. If you've ever played any of the cards, they're really fun. They're not mini games, but they're just very small games for the Mega Drive or for the Master System Sega 16. Hey, I see you, one thumbs down. thumbs down to you too. And it's just really cool that they did this. But then on top of that, they did a retailer exclusive for Ebton, which is like Sega's online shop, which I thought was hands off. Like Americans could not order from there. But I used this website called zenmarket.com, and I've used them for a couple of years now. And it's a great way to get their exclusives. There's other proxy services, but once you find one that just kind of works for you, you stick with it, even if you could save a few bucks somewhere else. But what's cool is that they had a style kit here that comes in this fancy little box. I don't know how much more it cost, maybe $15 more, I'm not sure. But it gives you a bunch of these cards, because like I said, the basic one just comes with this one card. And the style kit comes with a ton more. So let's just look at these real quick. So we've got these two there. If you're wondering why I'm not reading the names, it's because I don't speak Japanese. Just really fun little representations of the original hardware. And for someone, who will never own like an official one of these, it's fun to have a representation of it in your collection. Just really fun all around. I think my only complaint I think this is Ghost House. I actually have this game. My only complaint, like as a Sonic fan, is there's no Sonic representation, but I get why. Like outside of maybe putting, I don't know, I don't know if Sonic was ever on a gold cartridge like this. I could probably not. So having Fantasy Zone at least is very cool. And then there's the other color too. I don't know why they alternated black and white, but that was definitely a thing. So just all in all, really cool little piece of, something for your Sega shelf. And they have so many accessories for these now. I've made, I don't know if I've made a video, but I've done some Twitter posts. There is, outside of this, there's an unofficial, let's see, I actually think I can, well, no, I can't. I'm going to pan over across some tax documents on my desk. But there is, here, I'll move the tax documents. There is an HDMI selector here. You can see it. Do you see it down there? Right there. And it looks just like the Mega CD, but it is an HDMI selector with 3 inputs, which is really cool. You can jump around to different plug-and plays. So I have my Genesis hooked up to that one, and then I have the Japanese one here with this style kit. So I guess I'm going to have to dig out the European one that I had sitting in the storage case, the official storage case, and attach this to it. But then there is also a little cardboard drawer of the Mega CD that you can put cables and adapters in, and that's unofficial too. But just all in all, it's really cool to see them continuing to support this. It makes me wonder if we're ever going to see a Master System or Mark VII Mini. I'd really like to see it. I know the Master System sold very well in South America. So, I mean, if Sega's looking for a global approach to this, they could make a Japanese and American one, but then really focus on the South American market to make a lot of money. Because honestly, they're still making stuff that is basically like a licensed tech toy or whatever product for South America, and they're selling great. So why don't they make an official something? I don't know.